early years were with a close grip like that. And I think that's eventually why I was able to be the first guy to ever bench press officially 500 pounds under the weight of 200 pounds.
Because of the grip, your grip position?
I used that, and I had a lot of tricep strength. And when I started moving it out later, my lockout would be exceptional. And I had a good drive off the chest. So I eventually did 540 in the 198 class.
Mm-hmm.
I did 585 in the 220 class. And I officially did 591 in the 242.
Oof.
But I have an exhibition photo somewhere that I did 611, and that's back when only 3 people ever did 600. Mm-hmm. The other 2 guys weighed 100 pounds more than I did. Pat Casey was the first to bench press 600. He weighed 340 pounds. Jim Williams was the second guy. He got 675. He weighed 340 pounds. I did it at 228 pounds.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So pound for pound, I was stronger.
And we're live today on Imagine Fitting In, episode 54. It's hard to believe, Larry, 54. I brought you in on episode 21.
Okay, so.
And thank you so much. You blew up my numbers. Yeah. You brought some major attention to my efforts.
Yeah, no, I suggested a few clients that you should talk to.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad you did, because I think it made a difference.
Big shout out to Mike Robinson. Great interview.
Mike, Vince is a little...
And Vince is there.
He's colorful, isn't he?
He's the most colorful guy. I'm sure he's going to catch up with this. So thank you.
You're welcome.
And just to remind listeners that Imagine Fitting In podcast is all about mentors, healthy lives, and community. And again, in honor of my late nephew, Ian Jankowski. So God bless him. And my efforts are to try to empower young lives, empower many lives.
Yeah, God is great. And God is a big part of my life now. And it just recently came in my life.
Very good.
After 80 years. But I'm here now, and I'm glad to be here. And another interview you should get after down the future is get Jimmy Cash in here.
Okay.
He's another powerlifter champion, and he just went through a terrible fall a few months ago.
Oh, no.
And the doctor said he never walked. Well, he's walking. And he's stumbling right now, stumbling through it.
Yeah. But
he will walk and be normal again.
Is he here local?
Yes.
Okay.
Beaver Creek.
Okay. We'll have to talk about that some more. Okay, well, everybody, I hope you enjoy the episode. Larry kind of knows what's going to be happening here, but he kind of doesn't. So I kind of like keeping my guests a little bit intrigued, just like my audience. So I'm going to exit this, and I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to bring in Mr. Wonderful. Look at this guy. I would want you as my bouncer.
Well, I was 68 years old there.
Oh, wow. I got to get this bigger. Hold on. That should have been much bigger. All right, here we go. We're going to do this. I know what the deal is. We're going to get this big. And this should...
Looks good to me.
All right, we're going to go this, and we're going to go enter full screen. And I don't know why that is giving me problems, because I'm tenacious about that. Oh, there it is. Hold on. All right. There we go.
Nice.
And full screen. There we go. See?
Good.
All right. So, Larry, 68, huh?
Yes.
Man. Whew. That just, one of the things that I both admire and not necessarily the wherewithal to keep that amount of muscle on. The amount of calories. How many calories do you think you have to eat a day when you're 68 and the kind of work you do get that size?
Well, that was about 12 years ago, and I was eating probably 4,000 calories a day. Today I eat half that.
Right.
Because I've been through all these orthopedic surgeries, and my body is atrophied. And the point is, I love meals. I was just saying, we need to go out and have a few meals together. And I love the taste of food. I love Italian cuisine.
Nice.
I like everything, but especially Italian. And I maintained a good look there. As outside at my pool at the old house. And I'm trying to keep it one meal a day. And if I can get all those calories in one meal, a fine meal, then I'm okay. And I try to go to bed around 7 o'clock at night, and I'm up at 4 every morning.
Okay, and you can feel free. You can feel free to roll around if you want to turn and face me or whatever. Okay, it's all good. So that's awesome. That's awesome. So we're going to take a look at some of these pics, and I put them all in order. Look at that, man.
Yep, it's the same.
That's amazing. You said 68, 62?
68.
68.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And Mike Lambert said I had the best biceps in powerlifting.
Okay.
And so
look at that back.
That
oh
left
my
arm
gosh.
shows it. Yeah, that's when I had my Larry Scott back.
Would you call that?
Larry Scott. Larry Scott helped me in my early years
Okay.
in bodybuilding. And then that pose right down there with my bicep up. He also gave me that shot. So, yeah, I looked pretty good back in those days.
Hell yeah, dude. So, and it begins.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at that. And it begins. Look at that back up there on the upper left there. That you were just as wide in 68 as you were right there.
Yeah, I always had a good taper. And
how tall were you? How tall were you at your peak?
5'7".
5'7".
Yeah, I'm about 5'5" now, I'd say.
Now look at this guy. You know what my gal said? My gal says, look at his hair.
That's when I had hair. And I love looking at these old shots because I had hair then. That was at a power meet.
Yeah.
And then after the power meet, they had a bodybuilding show, so I got in it.
Well, you were all probably you compete in powerlifting.
Oh yeah.
You come over and just start posing.
Well, yeah. I pumped up first.
Yeah.
But I was tired from the lift. But I won both ends of it.
Did you place?
In bodybuilding, I took my height class. And then I didn't win the overall. But anyway, I, of course, won the powerlifting heat in the 198 class. So anyway.
Nice. Okay. The 70s. Did you always have to wear glasses in the day?
Well, until I got LASIK vision.
Okay.
And that picture down there of me pressing that bar behind my head is for a photo shoot I was doing for somebody. So I had to hold that position. There wasn't much weight on it. And I was holding this one too down here with the dumbbells.
Yeah.
And,
make sure you smile. Get the focus in.
Yeah, at least I smiled.
Oops.
There's that shot again. There's another.
Look at that. Okay, now this is the one.
This is where I was a little more bulky.
Yeah, this is the one I think that deserved to say, okay, if I needed a bouncer, you'd be my man.
Okay. If you notice the right bicep up there, see the bandage? I had just torn a big gash in my elbow.
Ouch.
In an accident. So the guy said, well, I'll hide it for you. So anyway, that's why that bandage is there.
Okay. Do you remember where you were there? You look like you could almost been in a restaurant.
I was in Sydney, Ohio at New Life Fitness Center, one of my gyms up there.
Okay.
And I forget the year.
Okay. Nice. And okay, there's that back again.
Yeah. Okay. Enough with the back.
Okay, 100%. What's this 100? What's this mean? 100%.
I'm not sure. Oh, well, the lady that did the scrapbook for me.
Yes.
She always would say, Larry, make sure you tell these guys to give 100%. So she put that in my scrapbook. Okay. And these shots here are for my courses that I did.
Okay. Okay.
Why, there's only 335 pounds on that bar.
On the deadlift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, that's not a lot, but and then I was doing shrugs with it. And then,
sure.
Then I was doing handstand push-ups.
Woo.
I'm a former gymnast.
Okay. Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
that was all part of my courses.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you're saying the corresponding weight is basically for the photo shoot?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
I could hold that position for a while.
Okay, it's justifiable. That's nice. So tell me, Larry, your name is like synonymous with powerlifting history. When you look back on your 9 consecutive world titles, what personal values or habits do you think mattered the most to get that level of consistency?
Well, I was one of the lucky ones because I was in the gym business. So I always had a gym around. We were in 20 different cities, and I would stay overnight at a lot of them because they were spread out. And I always had a gym, and I've always had the equipment.
Turn toward me a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And so I made sure all the gyms were equipped with enough weights that if I stopped by, I could powerlift.
Yeah.
So those are part of the courses that I did.
Nice.
And I'm holding that for the guy that did these pictures was a guy by the name of John Balick.
Okay.
He eventually bought Iron Man magazine. And he sold it now, but he's still very prominent out there in the bodybuilding world.
Nice.
He's as old as I am.
All right.
And there's more pictures I'm posing for.
Okay.
And there's 455 on the bench press that I did for the photo shoot. And there's back one of my first contests way back.
In Midwest meet.
Open.
Okay.
That was how I used to bench press, with a narrow grip. And the early years were with a close grip like that. And I think that's eventually why I was able to be the first guy to ever bench press officially 500 pounds under the weight of 200 pounds.
Because of the grip, your grip position?
I used that, and I had a lot of tricep strength. And when I started moving it out later, my lockout would be exceptional. And I had a good drive off the chest. So I eventually did 540 in the 198 class. I did 585 in the 220 class. And I officially did 591 in the 242.
Oof.
But I have an exhibition photo somewhere that I did 611. And that's back when only 3 people ever did 600. The other 2 guys weighed 100 pounds more than I did. I was Pat Casey was the first to bench press 600. He weighed 340 pounds. Jim Williams was the second guy. He got 675. He weighed 340 pounds. I did it at 228 pounds.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So pound for pound, I was stronger.
For sure.
And that's when I Olympic lifted, overhead lifting.
Okay. So when you say Olympic lifting, what did you ever compete in Olympics?
Oh no, not in the Olympics. No.
Okay.
No, I wasn't even near close to being the lifter I had to be to go to the Olympics and Olympic lifting. The Iron Curtain countries, that's what we used to call them.
Yeah.
They were schooled big time.
Okay. Were they schooled and roided up maximum, like whatever, to like have them super? You couldn't compete, or what?
I don't know what the situation with steroids.
Yeah.
In those countries, but I eventually did once I got into powerlifting because we got to be friendly with all those guys, and we learned what they did and what they how they achieved those kind of lifts. But they would train awful hard.
Right. Who are these gentlemen?
Well, unfortunately, they're both guys in front of me are dead now. The guy up front is by the name of Milt McKinney. This picture was taken in October of '71, and those guys lived in Toledo, Ohio, and I used to drive up there on every Sunday to train with their team. The guy in the middle, his name's George Crawford, and of course that's me behind there. And that year, all 3 of us won the first World Championships out of a garage in Toledo, Ohio. I mean, what's the chances of that happening again?
So how'd that work when you say world championship? Wait.
Milt McKinney won the 132-pound class.
Yeah.
George Crawford won the 165, and I won the 198s.
Oh, so when you trained together, but then when you went to the competition, you guys slayed it.
Of course, we did the first year.
Nice.
Like I said, those other two guys are long gone, but they were good friends. And hated to see them pass away, but life goes on.
Right. So, again, we know you mentioned these gentlemen. Who were some of your mentors, like even inside and outside the gym at that time, like when you were about in 71? You know, it shaped you as an athlete, but also as a man. You know,
Yeah, I mean, I had an idol. His name was John Cole. He was out of Arizona. John Cole's, of course, long gone. But John Cole was quite an athlete, quite a power lifter, quite an Olympic lifter, quite a track athlete. And one year, I think it was 1968, he won the national championships in the discus, the Olympic lift 242, and the powerlifting 242. He won the nationals in all three events.
A trifecta.
In 1 year. Yeah. Never has happened again, ever since again.
John Cole.
John Cole. Joncole.
And where is he from?
Scottsdale.
Scottsdale, Arizona?
Yeah. He had a gym out there, and that was backed by Joe Garagiolo, the baseball player.
Yeah. Joe Garagiolo. Garagiolo. I know it. I can hear it, but I can't pronounce it.
Anyway, he backed John in a gym out there, and John opened that and thrived for a while.
Had a big impact on you.
Well, anybody could do that. I was a track athlete.
Yeah.
Loved track and field, still do. And anybody that could get my attention like John did is amazing.
Right.
And coincidentally, I used to live in that area before I became a seasoned powerlifter. Mm-hmm. I lived in Chandler, Arizona, which is right off Phoenix. And I actually saw John when I was in the 6th grade. I saw him at the state championships winning the shot put. I just didn't know at the time that it was John Cole. And I said, look at this guy. He's who I want to be. Turned out that was John Cole. Him and I talked about that later on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
But, it was so great to reminisce with him.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why, mentors are so, they influence you all the way. Yeah. And it always stays and resonates. And I think about the power of when you have your initial experience with people, and then how many times it resonates in your mind when things come up in your life. Right. That, again, helps support it and like either justify it, prove it, or give you this level of like support and strength,
Good point.
Greg. So it's fascinating. Okay, so what about this one?
This is my first national championship title. It was in New Orleans, 1970. I tried the year before, and I won the junior nationals the year before and won big time. And then I went a month later to the senior nationals, and I choked big time. And I said, I'm never going to choke again. Nobody's ever going to, cause me a problem to be able to choke.
Yeah.
I had 105 temperature that day, and that's why I'm sweating. I broke temperature when I got to the meet.
Yeah. And
I started pouring sweat. What I love about this is my father was in the audience.
Oh.
He died in 1974 on Easter Day.
Yeah.
58 years old, dropped dead of a heart attack in Taiwan.
Oh, goodness.
But that's just before he left for Taiwan. He made it down to New Orleans to watch me lift, and I was so happy that he was able to watch me win once.
Oh, God bless.
Yeah, really, God bless is right.
Right.
That was the Nationals. He also, later that year, saw me win the Worlds. So he got the two big events.
Nice. Sweet. Okay, was that there?
This is this is about 4 years later.
Okay.
I think this is 1974 at the World Championships. That's Bob Hoffman to the left, the old boy.
Uh-huh.
He's giving away the awards. He also sponsored the meet, the World Championships, and he was the probably the organizer of Olympic lifting in America powerlifting. He started it off. He held the first 3 or 4 world championships, and that's me getting my award in 1974. The other guy that didn't make it on stage for whatever reason. But I forget what I totaled there, but I had a good meet. And Of course, we're standing on the stage. And
Who's the other gentleman on the right?
he's a British lifter obviously from England. I can't think of his name anymore, but
He has a really kind face, you know?
yeah. And you know what? He was we got there before the meet, and we're in the back. Everybody's getting ready, and a lot of tension. There was a piano backstage. He went over there and sat down and played opera music.
Really?
And I just admired that no end. And him and I stayed friends for several years. I think he passed away. And anyway, I think his first name was Mike, but I just can't remember the other details because I'm old now.
I mean, I can just see a kind soul. His eyes look just such a kind soul.
He was very flattered to be able to lift against Larry Pacifico.
Well, and was that meet? It looks like that was of that meet.
Yes, it was, because I got the same shirt on.
700 pounds?
That was probably over 700. Is there a number there?
It says 700 over there, so I'm not quite sure. It was probably some change too there, right?
Yeah, it was 700.
Okay.
And I think I wound up getting 730 that meet. So that was there. And then, this is, look at that gut.
Yeah, right? That's 73. So tell me about, what was that, what distracted you? Was there a woman involved? How come you put so much weight on?
There was always a woman involved. This is the year I decided to bulk up to 242. I actually got the 241 at that meet, the World Championships. And I was strong, but I didn't. 1973, they made us take off all supportive gear. You couldn't wear knee wraps. You couldn't wear a power suit, squat suit. So we had to do it all basically raw as raw could be. But I had a big total there. I think I totaled 2,045 at 242, which is...
With none of those straps and whatever wraps?
Nothing at all.
Now...
And I almost squatted 800 pounds in that meet.
Now let me ask you, did those straps and what you described as those kind of like almost little aids were legit early, then they took them out in 73?
I don't know. They took them out in 73 because somebody made it. It's supportive gear.
Right.
So I said, all right, we'll take them off. But everybody else has to, and they, everybody's squat went downhill. Mine stayed the same. Maybe even gotten a little better. Of course, I went up to 242.
Yes.
I wasn't 198 pounds anymore, but I think I squatted 750 at that meet, and I jumped to 800 and barely missed it. But that was with no knee wraps at all and short pants. No power suit. I was 28 years old there.
And that's the same meet?
Same meet. Pulling a deadlift. This one over here, I think it's the same meet. And I'm getting the award from Bob Hoffman after winning the championships.
Okay.
And
look at those lamb chop.
Yeah, you can see how big it was.
Look at those lamb chop sideburns.
Yeah. Of course, that's back, when
that's Elvis days.
Elvis, I grew those sideburns
because of him.
Because of Elvis. Because I saw him twice in concert.
Yeah.
Once was in 73. And I went away. I still had hair, so I said I could still grow those sideburns. And so anyway, at the time they were pretty cool.
Hey, yeah, right. Well, that was the thing. That was the thing.
Absolutely.
Oh gosh. Okay, now this is Manchester, England.
This is 1975, and we were at our first international meet.
Okay.
The USA team went over to England and eventually over to Manchester. We arrived in London and took a train to Manchester, and we had the World Championships. And I was 220 then, and that's the guy pointing up is 242-pound named Doug Young. Doug Young was a famous powerlifter. He died young, but he everybody loved him because he had a great physique as well as quite strong.
He looks like he's so powerful. And
Yeah.
how much did you weigh at that right there?
220.
220.
He was 242.
Man, he looks like a lot bigger than 22 pounds bigger than you.
Well, yeah. And that's another picture from England.
The Worlds. Now it says Worlds at number 5. Was there the fifth? Is that the fifth? Is there like a fifth year of it or something?
That's number 5 had to be 19.
Oh, okay, 75.
76, I think. Yeah, 75.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can see the guy that's got his hand on my shoulder. That's the great Don Reinhold.
Okay.
And he was a super heavyweight.
I remember that name.
Don Reinhold just died 2 years ago in a car accident.
Oh, God bless.
And all those guys, jeez, all those guys are dead. And, standing up, guys in front that are still alive, Walter Thomas is deceased. There's Lamar Gant. He's still alive. He's a friend of mine. Lives up in Detroit.
Okay.
God, I'm sorry I'm talking about death, but
No,
it's hard to believe. I haven't seen this picture for a while. And everybody's standing, except maybe the guy to my right standing up,
Okay.
Clay Patterson. He may still be alive.
Okay.
But I don't know that for sure.
God bless. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, a major team and, such camaraderie, right? And
Yeah, it was a great team to go abroad. And we all got along. We went to a place.
I realized I did closer up.
Yeah. And we went over to Warwick Castle in England and had a nice visit, walk through there.
It looks like quite a team. And you say, is it Doug Reinhold? Or
Don.
Don Reinhold? He looks like a really great guy.
The best guy you could ever meet.
You could see that, just his face, his energy there.
And he got in the World Strongman contest.
Uh-huh.
And he won the first time he tried it.
Wow.
And he got second. No, he got second the first year. Then the next year he won going away. Nobody was as strong as Don.
Just
brute strength.
Nobody's even close, right?
354 pounds. No, nobody's close. He beat Kazmaier and everybody else.
Oh.
Now that
Blown
is
peck.
in that was 1977 in Perth, Australia. Was attempting a world record bench.
Yeah.
And I popped my pec, and you can't really tell there, but
Well, you can see the black and blue starting up there on your chest.
you have no idea how black and blue that guy. Let me tell you, that's in Australia on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
We arrived back in Los Angeles Monday, and I was black and blue from the chest all the way down to my hand, all the way down my stomach into my
Groin.
groin.
Wow.
And I had a black and blue penis,
Oh, shit.
and all the way down to my calf.
Oh, my gosh.
And it was a mess, but I got over that and still broke records after that. But that was quite. I'm glad it didn't happen at my first attempt. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had a good World Championships in Australia. It happened on my last attempt.
So, now how old were you there?
Let's see, 77. I had to be 31.
31. I mean, you were kind of prime of life, right? Prime of your career.
I was strong that day in Australia.
And where's this at?
Is in a kind of a local meet, and I was squatting 830.
That looks like a lot of weight.
It's a lot of weight. And I obviously had a lot of spotters. The other guys around me, I don't know most of them. The guy directly behind me, his name's John Shoemate. He was my training partner in Sydney, Ohio, when I lived there. He recently passed away. And the guy in the red top, his name is Tom Farcione.
Looks like good Irish boy.
Good Italian boy. I haven't heard from him for a while. I hope he's still alive.
Okay. And what you got?
That was at the 74 World Championships. And that picture became very famous.
Oh, yeah? How's that? How's it become famous?
I lay down there and I benched a world record. and people, back in the day, people used to go back and they used to go back and turn around and get the grip first and go back. I used to just lay there, concentrate, and just lay back and grab the bar and press.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh, no hesitation.
No, not much. The guy there lifted off to me.
Yeah.
He's dead now, but he lifted off to me and gave me a perfect lift, and I think that was 580.
580.
Yeah, and I set a world record.
Yeah, I mean, I can appreciate where, everybody has kind of a style and technique, right?
Yeah.
And you can see that you, like you mentioned, right? You're
a lot of guys just whoop and shout and carry on like crazy and try to psych themselves up. I didn't do that. I was just methodical, thoughtful. Visualize the lift 3 times in my head.
Yes.
Lay back and do it. So that was nice. That was 75. That was at the 75 Nationals.
Okay.
That's before we went to the Worlds later on to England.
Okay.
Good.
So I remember back in the day when I was a kid, hearing on maybe ABC Sports.
Yeah, NBC.
Yeah, ABC or NBC. I'm one of those sports, right? I always remember Wide World Sport. But about them talking about the Russians and their use of visualization. Yes. Right?
I agree 100%.
And it's almost like, if you think about it, it's more of almost an Eastern philosophy, right?
Sure.
Where you can take your mind and this kind of, I don't know, go through the paces and visualize what just happened. How would you counter this? How would you counter that? Or just get in a state of mind where you're like completely centered and you have all the essence of your potential power,
Yeah. For me, I had to close my eyes and my mind's camera was showing me lift it for 3 reps. Once I got to 3 reps, I was ready to go out. And I would visualize 1 rep, and then I got distracted.
Yeah.
Go over again. Just concentrate. Get 2, and then 3. Once I got 3, boom, I'm on platform and go. And worked for me. And another guy who taught me that was a guy by the name of Frank Zane, the three-time Mr. Olympia.
Yes.
77, 78, 79.
Yes.
We became very good friends.
Wow.
And he helped me with that.
I know everybody recognizes that name.
Yeah. And that's that picture again.
Okay.
That's that picture again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I going the wrong way? No, I'm going the right way. Hold on. All right. So that's a squat. Okay. And then here we are at the Deadlift Nationals, Dallas, Texas.
Yes. 715 deadlift. Of course, I won big time, but I went on to try 745, but missed it.
Okay. That, yeah. So, whew. Okay. So the deadlift up there in the upper left.
Yeah.
Was that was 715?
Yep.
And then your squat 710.
710.
Whew. Is that I don't know, like what the ratios typically. Is the squat and the deadlift typically similar to most people on average, or that weight load?
Most people who are good squatters, are pretty good deadlifters, depending upon the anatomy and how long their arms are. For me, I was pretty much equal in both.
Yeah.
I think I squatted 710 there, and I think I missed 740. Tried 7 and got 715 deadlift there. I think I missed 745.
Okay.
I would always, once I'm ahead, and once I know I've got it in the bag,
yes,
I would try something big.
Right. Well, obviously, 30 plus pounds. Yeah, that's big.
Yeah. It was fun.
But man, that's very impressive.
Good to see these pictures again. Brings back memories. There's a world record certificate that I set in Australia.
Okay, Australian 77.
77, yeah.
Now, all those signatures are all the judges and stuff, and all the officials.
Those were the, I think our
I see Vincenello,
Vince is
188,
there.
Right there.
Yeah. I was 220. There's Clay Patterson.
Vince is right here.
Yep.
There's Clay Patterson.
Yep. And then go down.
The coach.
And John Orsini, yeah.
Orsini. Terry McCormick.
Yep. Doug Young.
Doug Young.
And
Doc?
Doc Rhodes. Oh,
Doc
yeah,
Rhodes.
He was a great guy.
And there's your Lamar Scott?
Lamar.
Is that Lamar Scott?
Gant.
Gant?
G-A-N-T.
And then there's a Phil at 132.
Yeah, and then up on top is
Rick Gogler.
Rick Gogler.
Gogler?
He's a piece of shit.
Oh, gosh, be nice now.
He was. I'm sorry, guys. If he was sitting here, I'd tell him the same thing.
Okay, so this is this
another certificate of the total. I broke the world record total.
Yeah.
2061.
Okay.
So that was that.
Whew. Such memories, huh?
Yeah. And
all right.
That's that team that we just saw the signatures of.
Okay.
In Hawaii on our way to Perth.
Okay.
We stopped in Hawaii for a day and a half and had a great time.
Right.
Let me see if I can point out. Vince is standing right behind me. I'm kneeling up front.
Yes. Oh, I see Vince's hair.
Behind me.
Yeah. He got that big curly bushy hair.
Italian boy all the way.
Okay. So this is the Nationals in L.A.
1977, yes.
1977.
Yes.
You look lean and ripped up there, my man.
I was ripped.
Look at that.
And there's the lineup on the bottom before the. That's after we got the awards.
I might have done some close-ups. Yeah, there's a close-ups. There you go.
And I'm first. The guy to my right.
Yeah.
His name was Roger Estep. He took second. He was so disappointed he didn't win that year. For some reason, he thought he would, but I beat him by 300 pounds. But he's gone now.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the guys down the way, I don't know who they are.
But you look top of your game right there.
I remember that because my sister, who lived in L.A., came to watch, and she was in the audience just screaming, yelling.
Yeah.
So proud of me and that kind of thing. She's gone now.
That's awesome. So what do we have here? Oh, look, is this just you picking up the mic, or this is you for CBS Sports or something?
This is in Perth, Australia.
Okay.
And I took the microphone after the meet, and I thank CBS, NBC.
Okay.
I thank NBC for having the guts to cover powerlifting. That was the first coverage TV ever gave us, and it made powerlifting on the map.
Just blew it up.
And for the next 5 years, powerlifting was all over the world. And I did color commentary a couple of times, and that's me thanking them. And then I was with Brian Gumbo there.
Okay.
Remember him with NBC? Sure. Brian Gumbo, and we had a great time later on at some nightclubs. And anyway, that was a fun time.
So listen, Larry. So growing up in Rome, New York, right?
Rome, New York, yeah.
And later calling Dayton home. How did those environments shape your journey? Both your grit and sport and your sense of community responsibility, right? So, did it kind of develop? Did you kind of blossom and really come to full center in Dayton?
No, in Rome, New York is where I went to high school, and my aunts and uncles, everybody used to live in Amsterdam, New York. We were in Rome, and Amsterdam was about an hour down the New York throughway or turnpike, whatever they called it back then. And all my family was there, and they used to have my father, Jim Pacifico, they used to always brag on Jimmy's boys, and because we were athletes. And my brother Dick was a great baseball player. And early on, I started doing push-ups and pull-ups, all kind of things. And I was ripped, 135 pounds ripped. But I used to arm wrestle, and I beat all my uncles. And I'm never so I was always known as a strong guy.
Yeah.
When I went to Rome, New York, between then, where I was born.
Yeah.
I went to Arizona. Remember I told you I lived out there for 4 years. Then came back and was stationed at Griffiths Air Force Base, Rome, New York. And that's where I went through my formidable years with junior high.
Now remind me how you were in that Air Force, that station there, that Air Force, whatever. Was that your father? Wait.
My father?
Yes.
I'm not sure if you'll see a picture of him or not.
Was he in the
Air Force?
He was in the Air Force.
Yeah.
And what did he do again?
He was a airplane mechanic.
Head of a squadron.
And he we got stationed there, and then he went away. He went to Taiwan. And we stayed on, and I went to junior high, and I graduated Rome Academy, Rome, New York, 1964. And anyway, I was in 8th grade, they had a citywide strongman contest. Junior high kids, and there was 3 junior highs. And it was sit-ups, push-ups, climbing 20 feet of rope, sit-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, squat thrust in a minute, and I won every event and beat every guy, and because I just had been doing that stuff on my own.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it came to work. I still have that trophy that I won as an 8th grader in 1960.
Oh my gosh, that's one of your prized possessions.
It's one of my prized possessions, and every now and then I'll run it on Facebook, and it says "Strongest Man in Rome, 1960."
That's nice.
I was 14.
So there you are.
Perth again in Australia, and that's me, I guess, accepting my award or whatever. I think I just set the world record, and.
Your arms right there looks massive.
They're big. And
the look on your face on the right here at the bench there, it's like, was that before or after?
that's before.
You're like, okay.
I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to go down.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to knock this shit out.
And start concentrating, yes.
Was that, no, what order, do you remember, is it always the same order, like when you do all the 3?
Squat, bench, and deadlift.
Okay.
In the earlier years, it was squat. It was bench, squat, deadlift. And then they finally changed it.
And was there any reason why that was changed?
Well, because you got a big, hard, heavy lift in the beginning.
Right.
Squat.
Yes.
And then you follow it up with a deadlift. So they did bench,
that's another huge, right?
Big one. It would exhaust lifters.
Right.
So they finally broke it up and put the bench in the middle, which made all the sense in the world.
Right.
And
yeah, for sure. Okay, so what's going on here?
This is in Turku, Finland, 1978.
Let me see if I did a close-up on any of these. There it is. Okay.
Okay. The guy in the yellow is my all-time friend and probably my all-time guru. That's Ron Collins. Ron Collins was from England. He wound up winning 7 world championships. I won 9. He just died last year at 91 years old.
Oh, God
He
bless.
died, no, 90 years old. He died on his birthday. The guy behind us is the great Terry Todd. And we went all around Turku, Finland, and escorted by some great-looking girls. Yeah. And
that never hurts.
And then you'll see the other picture that was in that group.
Let me see if I closed up on that one too. No, I didn't go close up on that one. But you're talking about that one right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
This is a place 60 miles from Turku, Finland.
Okay.
We had heard that there was the Russian team came over the border from Russia to Finland, and were giving an exhibition.
Was it like almost like illegal? They were coming over to do it or something?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Anyway, Terry Todd heard about it. He said, let's drive up there and maybe we can see him. We drove up there and got to visit with the Russian Olympic lift team that went on in 1980 to win the title. Of course, we didn't compete in 80 because...
Carter.
Oh. Anyway, the big guy.
Yeah.
His name is Sultan Rahmanan. And he took over.
Is that the guy on the far right?
Yes.
He looks like a beast.
He was a beast. He had legs that were just, I think, 40 inches around the quad. And anyway, I did an exhibition of a deadlift there that day.
Yeah.
And everybody thought I was stupid. You got the world's 4 days later. Why are you lifting heavy? You could have torn something. And it turns out it was kind of silly. But anyway, we got to be friends. I eventually did color commentary 6 months later in Tokyo.
Yeah.
And he was there, and we got to meet up and talk some more.
Nice.
That's me at a seminar somewhere.
Okay. 78 or something like that?
79. 78.
79?
Yeah. And that just shows you my size. And then
Sports Illustrated.
this is the Sports Illustrated issue that I was in.
Uh-huh.
And this is the pictures that the photographer took, various pictures.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it shows me coming out of a shower or not.
Okay, but you see that like technique of on the top left, got you next to a mirror, like there's a double Larry Pacifico. Yeah. That's what your twin would look like.
Yeah. And then there's the 1979 World Championships.
Okay.
Held right here in Dayton, downtown at the convention center.
Really?
And
I got a question for you, but keep going.
yeah, that's me winning my class 220.
Okay.
And then the guy on my left was from Sweden. The guy on my right from Finland.
Uh-huh.
And then of course me.
Okay. And so, do you remember your totals from that time?
I totaled 2005, but I had popped a quad muscle after my third squat, and the bar flipped off the back, and I almost landed we were up on a platform.
Yeah.
And I almost landed inside the front row because I just snapped out of it. And I was okay, but because my squats were over with, but it hurt me in the deadlift. I couldn't take a big deadlift. So that's why my total was low.
But you still won.
I won.
Yeah. Okay. That's very cool. So also, Larry, let me ask you, when you founded Pacifico Power,
mm-hmm.
and you brought personal training to the Miami Valley,
yes,
in the 80s, what inspired you to shift from competition to community?
Well, by that time, I won 9 world titles. I tried to win my 10th and fell short because of this.
Right, the classic. Let's get that. I'll make sure we get that again on camera. That's
you see it?
Yep, that
I cut that finger off in a bench press accident. And October 11th, 1980, a month before the World Championships. Obviously, I couldn't go, and I didn't win my 10th. So anyway, I then finally decided to, I was always making a good living, mm-hmm. and we had a chain of, I think, 15 gyms, health clubs, in Ohio and Indiana. So I decided just to start concentrating on making a bunch of money, and eventually I left them, and I opened my first gym locally, mm-hmm. in Kettering Boulevard, and I started personal training officially.
Yeah,
I always did some personal training. People would pay me to do it, but we started the ball rolling in 1991,
okay.
and officially, and we absolutely thrived.
It's interesting because I got 2 questions for you. Well, one's a comment, one's a question. 92 is when I became officially certified, got in the business.
Good.
Just like a year after you started.
Yeah.
And then my question is when you cut that finger off with that accident, do you remember how you felt those initial minutes and within that hour when that happened? And then how that compared to you later, right? How you felt in terms of like, where, I'm sure it was obviously devastating shock.
Yeah.
And then how long after or soon after do you realize that, where your next steps were going to go? Because obviously this is going to take you out of competition.
Yeah, I did try to win again. They reattached it, and then I messed it up again. I got to tell the story. How much time do we have?
We have all the time in the world.
Okay, it's almost 10. Well, a week after this injury, I was taking a friend by the name of Mac Richards to the Masters World Championships in Victorville, California.
Uh-huh.
So him and I took off on an airplane, and this is us organizing the 79 Worlds. That's probably it. No, it showed the finger. There it is. You can see where I cut it off.
So I don't know if people want to look away or not, but
probably look away.
It's pretty graphic.
Yeah.
I was hesitating to use it or not, but like, oh, what the hell? That's raw reality right there. They would like put up there like, oh, this is where it's going to go. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Put it back on there, and oh boy. Okay. So
when they fixed it, they put a pin down through that finger.
Yeah.
And my finger was straight.
Yeah.
Well, a week later, Mac and I went to California, and he won his world championships. And I'm so tired because I spent 3 days in the hospital over this thing.
Right.
He come down and picked me up and drove me back to Dayton. I got a couple of days rest. Then back that weekend, we're back going to California because he needed a coach. So we.
You were just you were like blinders. I'm going back. I'm keep going.
I'm a mess.
You don't know if you don't know if you don't to try, right?
Right. But the thing is, on the way back, we landed in St. Louis. We had a 4-hour layover.
Mm-hmm.
So realize that there's a pin coming out of this finger, up about that high, and had a little loop on it. In St. Louis, I said, Mac, I got to find a place to lay down and sleep. We got a 4-hour layover. So I went down a couple of quarters, and all of a sudden there was a ticket stand with nobody in it. I got behind the counter, and I laid down and went to sleep. And so I'm relaxed. I'm huge in those days. And, about almost 4 hours later, I started realizing that it's time to get up and go down and catch the airplane. So I got up, but the hook of that pin was stuck in the nap of the carpet that I was sleeping on.
Oh, no.
And I'm going, oh, my God. I couldn't get the finger up. And I'm pulling and pulling. I said, I can't mess this up. But I didn't want to miss an airplane.
Of course.
Mac Richards doesn't know where I'm at. He's panicking. So I rolled over. Back in those days, I was huge. And I rolled over, and I tried to undo it, but I couldn't. And I pulled the pin out that far.
Larry.
And I'm pouring sweat. I never forget that. I turned around, and I shoved it back down. Now, it was still straight.
Yeah.
But the fact that I pulled it beyond the joint and then shoved it back down.
Oh.
As soon as I got home, I called Louisville. That's where they reattach it.
Yeah.
And Dr. Kuntz said, Larry, get back down here. So I went back down. He said, Larry, well, that finger is never going to be the same. He said, it's straight now, but eventually it's going to bend over. And it did exactly what he said. So, like I said, I was never the same. But it's kind of funny now to tell the story.
I'm gonna go back because I went all past through this because I wanted to get that finger, but I wanted to go through these. Okay, so here now this is the next one.
Yeah.
And who's this gentleman?
That's the mayor of Dayton.
What's his name?
Back in that day was.
He looks familiar. I mean, I can remember him.
Gosh, I forget his name. McGee.
It kind of sounds.
Yeah. Anyway, Jan and I there. The Worlds were in November.
Yeah.
Her and I put on an exhibition in September.
In Dayton.
At the convention center where I was going to hold the meet. Mm-hmm. I was the organizer of the championships. It was supposed to be in York, Pennsylvania, but Terry Todd maneuvered it with Bob Hoffman that I would get the world championships and promote them. So we did this little exhibition a few months before the Worlds, and it went on TV and local TV, and the place everybody just got excited about it. Jan Todd and I there. Did you have our deadlift?
Yes, I'm getting there. I think. Now I'm gonna ask you a couple questions here real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your name? Jan Todd.
Jan Todd.
Jan Todd.
Terry Todd's wife.
Okay. And so.
You see Terry behind her.
Okay, got it. And then the gentleman on the far left, is it Zimmer? This guy, he used to go to my church. He was a family at my church. His family.
This guy with me?
Yeah, the guy on the far left.
Yeah.
You recognize that face?
Yeah. He had something to do with the convention center at the time.
Okay.
Then there's me, and there's my boss, Andy Martin. He used to own the gyms that I had.
Okay.
And I was vice president. He was the president.
Okay.
Then the next guy is my brother, Dick Pacifico.
Oh, okay.
And the other guy is a guy named Ron Martin. We were all the officers of New Life Fitness Center. And they helped me organize the World Championships. And Andy Martin was really gracious. He said, Larry, I take all the time you need to organize. And to this day, they still think that the 79 World Championships were the best ever.
in terms of just putting it on,
Putting it
and all
on,
the promotions, and
we had $5,000 in the audience. $5,000. 5,000 people.
Yeah.
In the audience watching each class every day, and that's never been happened before in an American power meet.
Nice.
So, anyway, that was all those. Then there we are with the deadlift.
That's interesting. I've never seen that done or heard about that. Is that just a totally promotional type thing?
A male, female deadlift.
Right.
We pulled 1105. That record still holds today.
So this is a regular competition between a male and a female doing this? I've never seen this.
Yeah, it's usually 2 men, 2 women.
Okay.
But we had the male, female, and you can see I'm taking most of the bar.
Yeah.
But she was also a 450-pound deadlifter herself.
Yeah.
So we got together and we pulled the weight, and it was a great event. We had no idea we were going to do it.
Yeah.
We just kept going, and finally
1,105 pounds.
Yeah, it was just amazing.
That is pretty. I've never seen that before. I'm sure a lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah.
Obviously not the powerlifting obviously is an Olympic sport, correct?
No, it's not yet.
I thought powerlifting was way back in the day. You mean all those like huge, big, fat guy? Who's the big fat guy with black hair, curly, that used to be huge?
Vasily Alexev.
Yeah, you used to see him all the time. So you're saying these were just powerlifting competitions that were covered by like ABC, Wide World Sports, all that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
But it never made Olympics. I don't see why would that not be in the Olympics.
Well, they're trying still.
That's crazy.
It
is crazy. I assumed.
What the deal was, they started eliminating events.
Sure.
They tried to throw out wrestling a few years ago.
Right.
Imagine Olympics without wrestling.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. But anyway, they said anything to do with a steroid, we don't want that into the Olympics.
So, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Okay, so there's your New Orleans.
Here I am.
Look at you.
On Vine Street.
You look like you own the street there.
It was fun. This was at the Nationals in '79.
Yeah.
And then I just went down to Bourbon Street and and had a good time. Got my picture taken. And this was at the first World Strongman contest, second one, 1978. And I'm standing here next to Kazmaier.
Okay.
Another asshole.
All right, Kazmaier.
Yeah, well. And then they wanted me to come in and do an exhibition. I couldn't get in the World Strongman contest.
Okay.
Because I had competition coming up. But
yes,
you can see where I chose 5 guys on one side from the audience.
Yes. 5
on another side, and they put rope around my elbows, and I was trying to.
I see that.
I held a rope.
Yeah, you hold on to your rope.
They tried to break my grip.
Were they able to?
No. And that video is still out there.
Really?
On
YouTube, whatever.
Yeah, on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah.
And for some reason, people call me and say, "Larry, I just saw your exhibition." So I haven't seen it since then, but they say it's still out there.
Oh, that reminds me of when they started doing those hokey celebrity competitions, obstacle courses and stuff like that. But that, all the promotional stuff of human feats of endeavor, there it is. There it is.
Yep.
Kids, look at that. And 5 guys on each side, and they couldn't break you apart.
No, they tried for about 15 seconds. and I we moved down the road, but I just kept hanging on.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, these are the Playboy Bunnies from Los Angeles, and they were at that event, and I got my pictures taken with them.
Cute. And then how about these guys? Is that your friend there in the middle?
Terry Todd.
Terry Todd.
Can you name the other guy?
Hold on.
He's
in the blue.
Yep. He just died, as a matter of fact. That was the great Bill Pearl.
Bill Pearl,
the very first Mr. Universe bodybuilding champion. And,
really?
Yeah, he never got into an Olympia, but Bill Pearl was quite a guy.
He was the first Mr. Universe because Mr. Universe came before Mr. Olympia.
Yeah.
And
Mr. Olympia was developed later on.
What was
he won about 3 Mr. Universes.
What was the What was the year Mr. Universe first was like that he won? That was the first one. Do you remember that?
1951.
51.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Bill Pearl won the first one. Can you name the guy that won the second one?
Mr. Universe.
He went on to be a famous movie star. Steve Reeves.
Steve Reeves. Wait, was he Superman or something? No.
Hercules.
Hercules.
Yeah, he was an amazing guy.
That is cool.
Yeah, he's gone now.
That is cool.
Yeah. That's from there. And then,
Where's this at?
I don't know why I got that picture in there, but this is an 8:05 world record attempt at the 78 Nationals in Los Angeles. And I, for some reason, missed that lift. But anyway, they got that picture. I kept it because it looked like a fun picture to have. And
the blown bicep.
Jeez.
Oh boy, let me see if I got a close up on that.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I took that's a finger. So blown bicep, and that was Boo Boo, Uncle Larry.
Yeah.
What year
that
was
was
that?
That was also in '78. So I went on to deadlift, and I had 814 pounds on the bar, trying a world record deadlift. I pulled it halfway up, and all of a sudden, my left bicep started to roll up. I dropped it, and this Sports Illustrated guys that did the spread in Sports Illustrated followed me to that competition and got that picture just as it snapped. And then there's the result later on.
Right.
And that other picture down there is my Uncle Larry, who I was named after. And
oh, really?
He was in Los Angeles at the time. And for some reason they stopped that shot, and that's the only picture I ever got of my namesake.
There's where your Uncle Larry.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And was that your dad's brother?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, God bless.
Yeah.
That's great. I like the Boo Boo Band-Aid that the scrapbook girl did.
And you can see that.
Right.
The blown pec. And
so you okay? That is that all that black and blue? It's from your torn bicep, right? You're right.
No, this is when I
Left.
cut the finger off. I cut the finger off because my pec started tearing.
Oh, and you lost your shit to get like
And I went back over my head and just
right. Oh
boom,
man,
right on that crossbar on the bench, and the guy's got his mouth open. He couldn't catch it. It happened just like that, and he couldn't catch it and spot me. So the bar wound up on the floor, and I rose up.
Wait, so that's actually the lift right there,
That's
up on
the
top
very
left.
lift. So I jumped up and I grabbed my pec.
Yeah.
But I also felt my finger, and then the guy that lifted off to me, he's not shown in that picture. His name is Eric Stuber.
Yeah.
Eric says, "Larry, your finger's down here on the bar." And it
Oh.
was stuck to the bar.
Oh.
And you know what I did?
What'd you do?
I fainted.
I bet.
I fainted.
Sure.
I mean,
Did you look at your hand first?
Oh yeah, well I saw it when I went up to grab my pec.
Yeah.
I was on the other side on the floor.
I would have too.
And I go, oh. And anyway, they flew me to Louisville, Kentucky that night.
Yeah.
The Channel 7.
I'm sorry. Oh, you were in Dayton and they flew you to Louisville?
That meet was a warm-up meet a month before the World Championships in 1980 when all this went down. And they flew me down and went through 7 hours of microsurgery to reattach.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
October 10th, 1980.
You know that previous episode.
Oh yeah.
The previous episode that we did. You never told me that falling asleep in that carpet story about that rod. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's a fun story.
Oh my gosh.
That's a fun story to tell.
So, when you think about mental strength, it's almost, sometimes it's overlooked in physical sports.
Yeah.
What kind of psychological resilience, right, played in your success? I mean, it seems like you had a run where you were just dominating. Did you have, besides a finger, what made your setback?
I never had a close World Championship meet. I always won going away. Beat everybody by, in 1977, I think I won by 300 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
But I always had the ability to visualize like we talked about.
Yeah.
And everybody just associated me with how to visualize, how to concentrate. Vince Anello does a lot of it. Vince Anello teaches it.
Yes.
And I didn't teach it, but I probably could have.
Right.
But anyway,
there's a spark, like there's a spark of both this ultimate power to be discovered by individuals. And I think that, like with Vince's work specifically, and he talks so much about it, that I think it's, you can talk about anything like off the top, like on the surface, right?
right.
But when you go spend time and live it, and consciously on a psychological level, right? Integrate it and practice it and practice it. It goes back to, I can see exactly why that on a psychological level, the same building of strength and neurons and on a cellular level, like, we know that, right? When somebody does a physical movement, we challenge them, right? To the repetitions. If you can do 6, okay, I love it, right?
Yeah.
If you can't do 6, what's keeping us from doing 6? What other things do we have to do to get you to be able to do this at 6?
That was more with Frank Zane. Frank Zane had to go in the corner and visualize 10. 1, see it. 2, see it. 3, and then something's going to, he had to start all over again. When he got to 10, he stood up. He said, I'm ready.
Whoa.
And so I used that too. And I got to 10, I think, just a couple of times.
Yeah.
By then, I was doing my own stuff.
Right. You develop your own.
His came in later.
And I think that's what's interesting also is the ability. Like I know from all my mentors and my experience, I have packaged everything that I do as a balance professor, and what I consider as my specialty.
Your mobility training is amazing.
With my unique take, I want them to be so immersed in their bodies and then ultimately in their achievements of something that first became like awkward or just kind of unknown to them, and to unleash and see that physical potential, right?
Oh, yeah.
On a psychological level, there's so much underlying, but then, I like to think that I took my advertising, created my essence, I'm an artist, my passion, fitness, that I create these engaging, almost entertaining, sometimes comical statements for them to remember it. And then when they can take that and then you make it your own, right? Everybody makes those pieces that help support that big puzzle of what we call our lives.
That's why you should continue doing this, because it's going to make a difference.
Yeah. Well, there's what's back there.
Back with the abs.
Right? Mm-hmm. In your national powerlifting contest, muscling away through the weekend. Director of National Powerlifting Championships. Yeah,
that's when I think we ran the...
1982.
Yeah.
The downtowner. I think I remember the downtowner.
Yeah, and that's when we 2 years after the Worlds in '79. I ran the Nationals in Dayton.
Yeah, and
then that was all part of that.
So listen, is there one memorable moment here in this scrapbook that makes you pause with so much pride and gets you even a little emotional when you reflect on it?
Well, not really those pictures because they're kind of vain, but I had to document all parts of my life. And when I decided to trim down and lose a bunch of fat, that was what happened. That was the result afterwards. I think what I liked about this is that my son Jimmy was was around that shoot.
Yeah.
And when the guy came to take these pictures, and he got to see Dad in a terrific shape.
Okay. And so, Larry, we can kind of wrap this up. But Larry, what message would you like to give young people, about building a life that lifts others, both physically and, on all scales of hope for our community and contribute to our community?
Well, I think any young person who decides to be a sportsman or not, if you are deciding to take a certain path in life and it includes sports, they should do the power lifts themselves, because that's the basic training for every part of the body. Upper body strength, you got your bench press. Lower body strength, you got your squat. Overall power, deadlift for the core. And if you can perform those and develop those lifts to go up and up and up, you'll hit the baseball farther. You'll connect with the tennis racket much better. You'll grip it better. You'll be able to snap that ball anywhere you want to because you're stronger than your opponent. You'll be able to run faster. People say, well, you shouldn't lift weights because it'll stunt your sprinting speed. Very wrong, just the opposite.
Right.
If you did sprints and you did squats, you're going to be faster. So in other words, use the power lifts for the basics of your training and conditioning. And if you complete and improve your performances, then you'll know that you had the ability to concentrate, lift those weights, and the result is the sport that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be good, poor, or fantastic.
Right.
It may be the difference between you getting on the high school team, or maybe the difference between you making the college team, maybe the difference before you making the pro team.
Right. All the base foundation.
The foundation is power lifts.
So as someone who has lived a life dedicated to building the physical strength,
mm-hmm.
what do you think is true? What do you think is true strength in today's world? Meaning,
well,
in terms of
the journey towards physical strength is developed by the power of the mind. You won't get stronger until your brain gets stronger.
Believe.
Yes.
Right.
That's my quote. To build strength, you have to use the power of the mind. So the mind, your brain is everything. Be able to understand how it works. Concentrate on throwing the ball faster if you're a baseball pitcher, or hitting the ball farther if you're a hitter, or whatever sport you want to swim faster because you're concentrating. You're able to concentrate on hitting the wall first because you have the concentration of the mind
right
that you develop through lifting weights.
And I think you would agree that there's nothing more bringing you into a present moment by that extreme effort on a physiological level and the mental fortitude that you're either going to stop or you're going to go back and keep trying.
That's right.
Right? Or you're going to achieve and you're going to be inspired to do even more and take it on.
That's where you shine.
Yeah.
You, as Greg.
Thank you.
You know how to develop it. And I do to a degree, but you said it better.
I told you this before, like working out. I know whatever's degree of how I had when we have extra anxiety, extra energy that's bubbling around, to be able to channel it out on your physical plane.
Yeah.
And then to have all this mechanics and break down those, right? It literally stopped me to slow down and look.
Right.
And then really feel.
Right.
And then take that time of focus, and then it's just unleash every next, like that next lift or the next rep, that next level of achievement. Then all of a sudden I took that framework and said, okay, looking for a job, or what am I really interested in? And I found myself.
And I passed it along to my son, Jimmy. And everybody knows what Jimmy's become. He was the greatest high school shot put discus thrower ever to come out of the Miami Valley.
We got to get him in here.
And you got to get him in here with his scrapbook.
Yeah.
It's amazing, everybody. And today, Jimmy is God's right hand, what I call him, because he
very nice.
He brought me to God, and he is involved big time with his family.
Mm-hmm.
His daughter and his son, Nicholas and Kaylee.
Yeah.
And his great wife, Lauren. She is the backbone of the family.
Very nice.
Love that girl.
Very nice. We have to do a shout out that, all that feminine, all the women and feminine energy in our lives that really support us, nurture us on ways that,
and Jimmy's mom Pam Maston and her husband, John, played a big part in Jimmy's development. And the helped him along with God, got him to go to church and so on.
Sure, foundation.
Yeah, so anyway, we can talk more about that.
Right. Okay. Well, Larry, it's been fantastic. I thank you for sharing. I consider it an honor to be getting to know you, and I'll be looking forward to breaking some bread and
the salvos,
getting some clams and mussels and some good red wine.
Sounds good, buddy.
All right.
We're done. I was happy with that one. I wasn't happy with the first one.
Oh, come on now. But listen, don't be, you have to, hey, look, be honest and real. Look up here in the camera over here.
Yeah,
we're still on live Facebook. So
are we talking?
Yes, we're talking.
Okay.
We're talking.
Sorry, everybody. If I'm
What do you want to do? Any final thoughts? Thanks for looking in, everybody. I know Giselle, Joe Pageant, and my Aunt Gail. They were looking in. So I think this Facebook live streams it may stream for like 30 days or something.
Well, go to my Facebook page and watch my athletes as they develop.
There you go.
I got one little protege. His name is Gregory Filer.
Yeah, okay.
140-pound sophomore. He's going to be even better than I was.
We heard about that guy.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. So, thank you guys so much. And here goes. We're going to cut you off. Well, that was you broke my Facebook live cherry.
Well put.
And you were gentle too.
Cheers.
But a great time. Have a great day, everybody.